What's up guys, my name is Shaun, welcome back to my channel. This week I figured we'd take a little break from the speed drawings because I wanted to take you guys through my 2020 and 2021 sketchbook. Alright, so we're going to go through the sketchbook here. Around late last year, I decided to draw again. Haven't really drawn since probably college. Since then, you know, I've been doing a lot of graphic design work. So unless it's like logo design and logo sketches in a sketchbook, like I haven't really done too much crazy intense drawing. But I decided to grab a sketchbook and start drawing again. Now, it's good to keep in mind, you don't need all these crazy supplies. I just had a pencil and I bought a sketchbook. But you'll see as I go through this, the different change in style and smoothness and crispness in my drawing. So yeah, let's pretty much get to it. Actually, the first drawing I actually did remember was this guy right here. Just kind of one day opened up a Fiend Bray Wyatt reference and just decided to sketch that out. But yeah, that was the first guy I did there. But then, you know, I got this Toned Tan sketchbook, which is kind of nice because if you decide to use colored pencil, like it really pops on the background. It really shows up nicely. Yeah, I mean, if you want to use colored pencils, I definitely recommend the Strathmore Toned Tan. You know, whatever size, they come in a couple different sizes, but yeah, let's get to it. So here we have Black Panther. Huge superhero fan, so I decided in honor of Chadwick Boseman, I decided to draw Black Panther. It's pretty, you know, it's not super clean. The background's a little messy, but you could see like the colors not blended well together. At the time I thought this was cool, but looking back on it, I definitely see it wasn't the greatest piece that I've done. I'm not sure exactly what I did. I took a white marker and kind of made some highlights in there, but I mean, I don't really have a whole lot to say about this. Yeah, so I guess we can move on. Here we go with Batman. Again, superhero fan, so found a Batman reference, decided to draw Batman. This is mostly pencil, like regular graphite pencil. I just use, you know, regular old mechanical pencil, something like this, and Bics. You know, they're nothing too crazy. You don't need anything super crazy. You just draw and sketch and stuff like that. So this kind of did the trick. The background is just yellow. Tried to make a little moon here. Not a fan. Tried to make it glow a little bit. I don't think that came across nicely, and you can really see the strokes in the colored pencil. So, and mind you, I think I wasn't even using anything crazy in terms of colored pencils either. Like, I didn't have, at the time when I was doing this one, I didn't have you know, like Prismacolors or anything premium like that. And I think I was just using like my daughter's crazy art colored pencils, but you know, just to get the idea across, just to get the motions going, and you know, to really kind of get back into it and get a nice groove and a nice rhythm going there. So that's Batman. Here is supposed to be Ranger Slayer. I don't know if that's gonna come in clear enough, but it's just a sketch. I didn't really color it. I meant to color it, but I never really got back to it. So probably never gonna get back to it. So it's just gonna be a straight up sketch. Now here is Spider-Man. I was trying to get into this like inking phase, trying to like mimic the comic book style and try to get these nice dark areas here and do the cross-hatching technique and stuff. At the time, again, thought it was cool. Looking back on it, probably could have did a lot better. But overall, I think the proportions look pretty decent. The drawing looks pretty good. But again, with the inking and line work and stuff like that, I thought I could do a little bit better. Here we are, more Power Rangers. You know, I love Power Rangers, so had to draw the Green Ranger. Experimented with a little contrast, with the background being just a shape, a colored shape, and then the foreground, the actual Green Ranger image, is just black and white. Again, with the inking, trying the cross-hatching technique. There's big dark areas. I don't know, it looks okay. But again, there's always room for improvement. But overall, the form looks pretty good. I think I got the details pretty nice. And here's Charizard. Again, I tried something different. Black and white image. Tried to make some like color effects just to make it stand out a little bit. Not sure why I did the white outline, but again, the toned tan paper, and you get like those nice, especially with white, you throw white on there, it really pops out of the page. So that's why I like this paper in particular, for like colored pencils and certain inks, because other inks, if the ink is too heavy, if the ink flows too heavy, it'll seep through the page and you'll be able to see it on the back. So, and it's Charizard. Again, I tried that same technique with the Charizard, but I drew Majin Buu. Always a Dragon Ball Z fan growing up. Dragon Ball Z actually taught me a lot about anatomy. Taught me a lot about what bodies are supposed to look like, muscles and stuff, because those buff characters, a lot of abs, a lot of pectoral muscles and stuff like that, really pop out on the character. So love Dragon Ball Z. I think Boo and probably Cell are my favorite villain characters anyway. So I wanted to find a nice little picture of Boo, but also something that was more in my skill level, that I actually could draw, nothing too crazy. But as you can see, again, I was trying that inking style with the cross-hatching to make the shadows. And then I'm not sure why, I guess because Boo's pants are white, and then his body and his skin color is pink, so kind of just went over it and shaded it with pencil anyway. Not sure what kind of style I was going for here, just kind of like threw everything on a page. But again, the face looks really good. And the form overall, and how it came out looks pretty good. So more Dragon Ball Z is coming up next, but this is when I really started to have a lot of fun and feel comfortable and kind of get into my rhythm here. So I got Vegeta. Again, I don't think I was using crazy colored pencils. I maybe got like a small pack of Prismacolors beforehand for this, but you know, they don't come with all the colors, so I think I used more of the cheaper, you know, my daughter's cheap colored pencils and stuff to kind of like fill in the gaps for whatever pencils I didn't have. But I think I got the skin tones pretty good. Skin tone looks nice. I remember doing this and kind of screwing up on the hair a little bit with the color, the shadows and the highlights, because over here the yellow is a lot different than this color. But I think there was multiple shades. I just don't like how it came out. The blending, and it just feels like it's too much, and there's not like a nice little transition between colors. But overall, I kind of like this little like glowy effect going on through there, and yeah, I think the shirt and all that came out pretty nice too. But I started to really get more comfortable with drawing here, and really starting to get back into the groove of things, because I really haven't gone too crazy with drawing since probably college, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago at this point. And yeah, for Halloween, decided to draw Michael Myers. The eyes are a little funky. One seems to be down a little bit. The other one's kind of up, but I think the details in the face came out pretty nice. Could have probably did a little bit better on the hair, but I really like this here. I think the reference I used for Michael Myers here was from like a statue I seen an image of on Pinterest, but then I kind of just added the pumpkin and the knife myself, just something I came up with. Looked for some pumpkin references, drew the pumpkin, drew the knife, there's some blood there, and I added like the internal gizzards or whatever you want to call that of the pumpkin, just kind of like hanging out of the eyes here, and then added a little glow on the inside. But this was pretty cool. I'm overall, I'm happy with how it turned out. All the details look great, especially in the mask, the shading and different colors, kind of giving it that like gritty, dirty look. But other than the eyes, I think the mask came out really good actually. Here we go, more Power Rangers. Drew the Quantum Ranger, and here I'm using references, just straight up copying, you know. This was I think this was like a video game model, but this is just like I drew that model just straight up. I wasn't trying to use my own creativity, which you probably should do. Probably should change it up a little bit, shouldn't just straight copy, but you know, again, just trying to get back into the rhythm, trying to, you know, feel it out and get back into it. So, but I do like the blending with the colored pencils. Is definitely getting a little bit more comfortable with that. Definitely starting to get better with the blending and the shading, and abs really popped out here. I like how I got this little highlight here in the glove. Hands a little iffy, but that's beside the point. Again, went for a little color shape in the background without actually drawing a complex, complicated background. Just do that little shape back there. Kind of tried to add a little shadow, but not sure how great that turned out. But overall, this was a pretty good one too. And we got Frieza. So this is actually the first video I actually made for YouTube. This is a little speed art of me doing this. This was a lot of fun. I have the old Dragon Ball Z DVD sets, and I forget what season it was, season 3 or something. There was a picture of Frieza and a little pamphlet on the inside. So just drew that straight up. I think I had to redraw it for some reason. I think I messed up on the inking, or for some reason. I vaguely remember having to redraw this, but I think it turned out pretty good. I like the color blending here. The cell shading actually looks a lot better than how I did it with Vegeta's hair a couple pages back. it actually looks a little bit more natural, and like there's a brighter light shining this way, and then this side is a little bit more darker, so you get those darker areas. So I kind of like that a lot. I remember panicking when I was trying to make this look realistic, because I started just throwing pencil down on the paper, and it wasn't turning out how I wanted it to, and I was like, oh no, you know, the video's ruined. I filmed all this stuff and then I screw up on this last part, but you know, it is what it is. It looks okay overall, could be a lot better. Just gotta like kind of learn those techniques, how to, you know, again, it's more like adding highlights where they need to be to kind of make it look like a beam of light coming out of that energy ball there he has. So yeah, that actually looks pretty good. So here actually is where I started experimenting with galaxy art. I was trying to figure out like how I should start doing that, because I just watched a bunch of like tutorials on YouTube and got really excited to do that, and I kind of just went all in on it. I was trying to figure out the best way to go about it, and I just drew the red Q Ranger from Super Sentai, which is what Power Rangers is adapted from, but this is a season that hasn't been adapted. But I just like the suits overall and the helmet shape, and adding galaxy art within the visor actually makes this look really, really cool. So I was really, really happy with how this one turned out. You get the big stars, you get like the red galaxy, and then the little tiny stars in the background. So that's pretty cool. I really like this. So this is really where I started to get really excited and happy about my drawings. So I think like the next few pages are more galaxy art pieces, because I was actually going through like a galaxy art phase. So yeah. And you got some Pokemon action going on here. So I kind of have like this series on my YouTube channel, like with drawing legendary Pokemon, but I added galaxy art within something in it. So I kind of went a little purple here, and more of like the I don't know, whatever that is, the mane or whatever Suicune has going on there, and the little crystal, whatever that is on his head. So I'm doing some galaxy art in that too. But yeah, this is what started a little legendary Pokemon galaxy art little series I had going on for a couple weeks. So obviously, since I drew Suicune, I had to draw Entei as well. Probably my favorite out of the three legendary beasts, legendary dogs, cats, whatever you wanted to call them. Back in the day, they were called anything, whatever. I don't know what the legitimate title for them actually is, rather than just legendary Pokemon. But I kind of like the blending in his fur. The colors actually came out really nice. I couldn't figure out where to add the galaxy art. I could have put it here, but it would just been too small of an area, and then it wouldn't really look. I don't think it would have looked good in his fur, so I kind of added this like little fire design in the background, and threw a little red galaxy in there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. The stars in the background pop a lot more than they did on the Q Ranger one. I think I was using a pen that had a little bit more ink that laid down, so upgraded my pens along the way as well. I should say, with the galaxy art, I did upgrade to just specifically using Prismacolor pencils for that. I discontinued using my daughter's color pencils at this point, so the next one, again, had to complete the series. drew Raikou. Another one where I didn't exactly know where to throw the galaxy art into. Didn't want to do the main again, didn't want to make another purple galaxy, which I did on Suicune a couple pages back. So I threw a lightning bolt in the background and threw the galaxy in there as well. Surprise, surprise, more Power Rangers / Super Sentai stuff from the Dino Fury Ryu Soldier portion of it. So I threw galaxy art in the cape. This is from a form that's not on Dino Fury yet, but it is in Ryu Soldier. I forget what it's called. This is the Ryu Soul Caliber. But I really liked the reference photo. Another one I just copied the reference photo, which was just him standing there in this pose. But I like the little shoulder pad thing here, and I'm always a fan when they throw like the little scarf, little drapery or whatever you want to call that in there. I just think it looks really cool with that little shield, shoulder pads with the cape and stuff. I do think the head is a little bit too big, but I do find that I struggle with the Dino Fury Ryu Soldier helmets a lot, trying to draw them and trying to get the actual proportions and stuff. I'm really happy with how the silver came out. How the silver came out here, and the blending for the gold just looks really, really good. Doesn't look too mustard yellow, but it has the highlights. Just the highlights and the shadows coming together just makes it look more really shiny. So even through the little, you would call that like lens flare or sparkle, I guess. So yeah, there's that. And I think the last one for this book is Gohan. I think Gohan's probably my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z. So I need to draw him. More galaxy art through the galaxy in his hair at this point, but it looks really cool because Super Saiyans have golden hair, so I figured I'd make a golden galaxy in his hair. So really like how the skin tones came out. It looks a little more like peachy in the face than in the arms, but other than that, really like how that turned out. I really like how the galaxy turned out in his hair as well. But let's just move this to the side. The next few pieces I picked up alcohol markers. I actually used the Ohuhu alcohol markers for these next few pieces. So I went from using colored pencils to trying out the alcohol marker stuff, and it's a little scary, not gonna lie, just going right all into it and trying to figure out how to blend those and try to get the right tones and variants in colors. But these aren't in any order. I would like to show them in the correct order. So the first piece I did with alcohol markers was Vegeta. You see a trend in the characters that I decide to do, that I decide to draw on my channel, is ranges between Power Rangers and Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon, and it's just the stuff that I like, the stuff that I'm into, stuff that makes me happy when I draw, and that's pretty much what it's all about, just being happy, relaxing, kicking back. But I did do the galaxy in the background with colored pencil, and then everything else I believe was alcohol marker. But I went really crazy. Laid down the skin tones first, laid down the shirt color there, and then I added additional highlights with the red just to kind of give it a little fiery type feeling to it. I think I was trying to make this out to be blood, but it just turned out to be more of like a red glow on his hand. But overall, I really like how this one turned out. Especially being like the first really major piece that I did with alcohol markers. This looks really good. And this isn't the exact order. Actually, is it? Anyway, here we have another Dino Fury. This is actually from Dino Fury. It's Ryu Soldier as well, but this is actually meant to be the female Green Ranger, Izzy. Obviously, she gets a lot of hype online on Twitter and stuff like that, so I needed to draw her. Not really happy with how the skirt shadows turned out there. I think I was going for something and I didn't like it, so I just went right over it again. But everything else looks pretty good. The little hint of yellow in the silver part of the outfit. Again, struggled trying to get that helmet. Still looks a little off, like right here in the visor. This part looks more skewed than this side, but overall it looks pretty good. And in the background, I really didn't know what to do with the background. Kind of just did like this little stylized lightning bolt to separate, just to add like a break in there. And then I threw flames in the background, but with alcohol markers, it just comes out like streaky and like blotchy. So I'm not really digging how the background came out, but the overall piece looks really good. The Chroma Fury Saber, the Ryu Soul Caliber, I believe it's called, or the Ryu Soulkin actually, came out really nice with the markers. But this drawing is kind of the highest viewed video on my channel so far, so hey, I mean, if you want to go check that out, go check it out again. Magnet Defender. I really tried to experiment with the background this time as well. Again, in the sky, tried to like kind of make it like transition between these colors, but with the markers, it kind of came out blotchy. But other than that, it looks pretty good overall. I added the little mountains in the background, and then I think this actual like pose was from the action figure. So, and then I tried to add some highlights and stuff like that. Tried to make it stand out from the background by going around with a white marker, just to give it a nice little outline so it stands out a little bit more. But definitely just trying to experiment with little things here and there, little details. And then last but not least is Lord Drakken. I really like this. I really like this a lot. I like how the helmets came out, the cracked helmets on the bottom here. They came out really nicely. As you can see, I'm trying to experiment with like adding highlights of different colors. Just so it has kind of like a stylized feel to it. You know, since there's pink in the background, I figure like, and there's like a little pink planet there, so just add like a little pink glow around the edges there. And then it really stands out when you have the yellow and green, and then of course the white on top of that. And then just add a little bit in the shield there as well. I think I kind of meant for this to glow a little bit more, but it really didn't get that effect, but it doesn't look too bad. And then, you know, just added these extra little streaks of white ink just to create some effect to it. And then I just went crazy with the rest of the background. Again, tried to make that little transition, but that didn't really work out how I wanted it to, but that doesn't really kill the entire image. I tried to kind of use these little like nebula style streaks in the sky, kind of like a galaxy, but I didn't want to go overly crazy with it because I really wanted this part to stand out. I didn't want the background to overshadow everything else, although it might kind of be what it did anyway. But I really like this. Overall, this one came out pretty good too. But that is probably, yeah, that is actually the last that I have, and that's my sketchbook tour from late last year to now. Now I'm trying to study up on digital painting and trying to get that. I wanted to take a little break from digital painting this week just because, you know, I've been kind of struggling with that and not really in a good headspace to do a speed drawing for that right now. But those will be back and I will continue to be doing them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can follow me on social at my name is Shaun, 3 N's at the end, on Twitter, Instagram. Don't really use Facebook too much, so don't even worry about that. And then, of course, like, subscribe. Definitely if you're a Power Rangers fan, so definitely like if you're a Power Rangers fan, because there's definitely going to be more Power Rangers fan art coming along the way, because it's the stuff I like to draw. And maybe I'll get back to doing another series of drawing legendary Pokemon. I know it's been in the back of my head to do, but who knows at this point. So yeah, that'll be it for this video, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys like some of these drawings that I did, and I'll see you next time.